Alright, welcome everyone to some Monday Night Halifax Ultimate Men's League action, brought to you by Halifax Ultimate, Red Circus Ultimate, and we got some contributions from Madhouse Ultimate, I'm sure, as well. My name is Casper McCauley. I'll be providing some filming and commentary tonight. This summer I was an assistant coach for Red Circus, full disclosure. But hopefully I can offer some insights into various teams. We've got the dark team, captained by none other than McPhee, who's not here. McPhee is the captain for Red Circus for the upcoming season. In the white team, we got Dyer, number 24, captain of the Red Circus. Also a captain for Red Circus this season. Both teams feature some world's experience, either representing Canada at the club level or at the national level. For folks who haven't played indoor 4v4 on court before, it's a very different beast than outdoor ultimate or indoor ultimate on turf. Both have subtle differences that will become clear throughout the game. We got the starting lineup for the white team here. We got number 21 Gavin Gray. Well, I do know everyone's name on the line right now. I don't know. I have been living under a rock, so I haven't met everyone. 93, Josh Millard. Veteran presence in Halifax Ultimate or Red Circus Ultimate for some time. I think one of the dark horses is going to be Nolan Waite on the far side of this court. Nolan Waite has been widely considered the steal of the draft. We got the pull coming out. Lady pull, fielded, picked up by Millard. Looks like Team Dark's forcing curtain. Inside look to Waite. Wait. Oh, we're playing tips here. Millard takes a scuba. Gray. And we got a hammer look to none other than Mr. Dark Horse himself, Nolan Waite. Ryan O'Sullivan picking up the disc after getting scored on. Ryan always pays the White also forcing curtain. Porter catching the under. Reynolds getting the around. Doesn't quite catch up to it. Now let's see if Team White gets the sub. Looks like Gavin's gonna tap it in. We got some other subs. Travis Foster checking in. Another gold medal winner for anchor at World a couple of years ago. Dylan McDonald with the disc. Gonna look at Team White is definitely getting those hammers up. Let's see if Dark can make an adjustment. Porter picking up the disc. Porter has great endurance, excellent athlete. Won't be surprised to see him get as many shifts in as he can. McAllister with a floating pass. Scott Melvin catching the disc. Scott Melvin, a lefty. Let's see if he can. Oh! Scott Melvin with the assist. I think one of the biggest factors is going to be whether or not the later round picks of these teams can make a big contribution. It looks like Scott Melvin's doing just that. Luke Dyer tapping the disc in the middle. Around Foster. Looks off the under to Millard. But he's got the under to Dyer. Foster cutting hard, catches the up line. Let's see if they're going to go for that hammer again. Nope, around look to Millard. Quick backhand to Dyer. Gets back in the middle. Now let's see if White can get some subs and really grind the offense. It's really tough as the team behind when the other team has in your end zone, because even if they have no pressure to score, and they can just score a little, and it looks like they get another easy hammer that breaks that corner. Garrett Young, tapping in the middle, flips it to Bartlett. Bartlett shoots a blade. O'Sullivan with catch, but throws it directly into an awaiting defender. McDonald cuts out of the backfield. Let's see if, yep, Nolan Wade catching it in the backfield. Back to McDonald. Center to Gray, under to Dyer, and bet they're gonna go for that. Yep, hammer again. Toes the line, that looks like a goal. Yeah. Bartlett taps in right away, and he shoots a play again. Oh. Well, nice try. Bartlett tapping, or Gavin Gray tapping it on the sideline. Let's see if we can force something. No, just takes an easy look to Foster. They have a lot of experience playing together. Looks like there could be a shot from Millard. No. Just gonna play it safe. Yep. They can just play catch with each other. They trust each other a lot. Ollie's gonna have to make his impact felt in the backfield there. He's gotta put some pressure on that, on the dump pass. Now let's see if White can get the disc close to the end zone line and get some subs. Another hammer. I won't be surprised to see a timeout and a switch to the force, perhaps. Oh, flips it. Jared Young, also a gold medal winner, but he's coming off a basketball injury. Might be a I think he injured himself playing basketball in a very similar way, just deflecting something. But in that case, Frisbee's a little bit lighter than basketball, so he can sustain too much damage. Good defensive pressure by Dyer, forcing the turnover. No worries. And hammers are open all day. Inside look to Bartlett. He showed a couple quick flicks. All right, let's see if he can get some movement up the field. Trevor back to Bartlett. Yeah, there we go. Nice catch by O'Sullivan. Nolan Wade tapping in the disc. Shoots it right next to the curtain. Oh, he should have thrown a hammer, I guess. Oh for on non-hammer throws the end zone. Trevor looks off the around. Gotta get something. Oh, finds a nice inside look to Melvin, who might have the most improved catching ability in the league. Sean Harrison, always a threat to throw an around break. Yep, he's got that little outside flick to Trevor. Catches it nicely. He's got to step on his defender. Gets the throw and go. Garrett Young. Outside shoulder collection. Ollie Porter's got on the front of the end zone. Garrett Young ISO'd in the middle. Oh, but the forced inside look was read perfectly by Foster. That's a veteran play. Got Gray tapping the disc. Quick under to Millard, who shoots it. Oh! Greatest attempt, but great defense by Ollie Porter. Way to make an impact. One of the most explosive athletes you'll ever meet. Laka, excellent handler, a lot of good throws. Porter shoots the around. Nice try, Eric Reynolds. Now he's got to pick someone. Got to pick someone. Oh, okay. Great catch by O'Sullivan. Dylan McCollum. Bring this to the middle. Have they changed the force, or is O'Sullivan unsure? Nolan Wade gets the easy under to Dyer. Now, I'm unsure if Dark changed the force or if that was a miscommunication. But got Laka thrown in easy under. Porter gets it back. Scott Melvin is going to be open under. He's getting coached off of. Yep, catches it. Now can he advance the disc? Does not. And looks like White's going to get a look in the end zone. Gavin Gray isolated against Sean Harrison. Great defense on the mark. Nick Bartlett. Hustling after it. Jung's not in. Now, can you get a cheeky inside look to him, or is he going to reset? He resets it. Resets it to Reynolds. Back to Bartlett. Melvin. Jung. Around flick. Oh. Good try. Unsure of the force, it looks like. Around look. Gets looked off under, then throws him to the poach. O'Sullivan's got the hands tonight. He's really upped his catching ability over the past couple of years. Elevator pass for the break. Now we got some folks hanging out in the deep space. Scuba gets forced, and by forced I mean it's just pure butter by Josh Miller. Ollie Porter taps in and looking for a huck. Pump fakes, Locko with good patience, catch the under. And that's one of the things that Josh Locko brings to a roster. He's got every throw and he's got a lot of height. And so, as long as you have a patient offense, he's not going to turn it over. Dylan McDonald to Wait, to Blair. Dylan McDonald gets open on the open side. Flip to Dyer, who toes the line. Inside look to McDonald. And looks like Nolan Waite pulls it in for a score. Big contribution from the Raging Rainbows veteran. Paul Trevor. Now Bartlett's been shooting. Gets an around flick to Trevor. Luke Dyer with the shutdown on the deep strike. He's really making Bartlett work for his money. Not that this is for money. Just a dominant defensive possession by Luke Dyer. No surprise there. And back to the Hammers. Score update. We've got a 5-point lead for White emerging. Bartlett taps it in. He's really more comfortable with his flick huck, so he throws a backhand under. That was tough. Had to toe the line. Couldn't quite get it, but that's a good look. Slick inside break. Now that's the first incomplete hammer of the game by White. I suspect Sean Harrison's going to throw it around to Garrett. No, just throws it inside. Now Ollie's got no one really on him. Yeah. Looks like we got some subs on D there from Dark. No. Dylan McDonald with a great poach by Paul Trevor, but doesn't quite get there in time. That's a great look. Really great effort on the poach by Trevor. Now Josh Locker going to tap the disc in. Doesn't take it to the middle. Nolan Waite on the mark, still forcing Curtin. Porter to Laka. Back to Porter. Around to O'Sullivan. Catches it. Now let's see if he can make the next pass. He does to Laka. White's got some. O'Sullivan is going to have to do some work here. Finds Jung. Back to O'Sullivan. Oh, and Dylan McDonald really with great defensive effort the entire possession. Gavin Gray under to Foster, under to Dyer. Scott Melvin's going to have his work cut out for him on this possession. Let's see if Dyer attacks. Blair catches it in the center to Foster. Now, looks like Garrett Jung declines a switch. Now Dyer's open the end zone. Doesn't get forced to him. Catches it in the middle. Doesn't throw the scooper. Garrett Jung's trying to be cheeky here. Snatch something. Oh, and the patience pays off. Luke Dyer forces the pass to the end zone, and O'Sullivan knocks it away. Great defensive stand for Dart. Scuba reset to Porter. Paul Trevor has got it open on and under, and now back to Porter. Eric Reynolds, great cut to the end zone. That's a score. Foster taking it to the center. To Millard. McDonald not quite in the right space, and Ollie Porter is playing great positional defense, but he looks the wrong way for a second. And Dylan made a good cut to space, but timing wasn't quite there. Great effort. Under to Wade. Guarded by Harrison. Oh, baby. That is just a genius throw. Got a couple folks in the end zone. I suspect White's just going to be patient, get their subs in, not force anything yet. Got a lot of veterans on the White roster. They know they got all the time in the world. They got a lead. They don't need to force anything in the end zone. Although not forcing anything, you still got to make something happen. Got to get the stall count reset. Gray anchoring the offense, buying a lot of rest time for Dyer. He comes in, Blade gets thrown to him, and throws an incredible pass, an incredible catch in the end zone with the left hand. Unbelievable. A lot of pressure. Great around flick by Bartlett. Porter to Jung. O'Sullivan. He's open on the break side. Dyer's not really... Oh, wow. Well, I missed the throw, but Garrett Jung caught it in the end zone. Great vision by Porter. Taps it in. McDonald. Under to Millard. Wait. Has it. Pass it to the middle. Scott Melvin going to have to keep up with Travis Foster on this possession. Millard doesn't quite see the matchup and throws it away, unfortunately. Now we got Garrett Jung tapping it in. Harrison doesn't have a mark on, doesn't have to force it, but gets away with one. Great catch by Lockett. Wade taps it in. Under to Millard. Jeff Blair he initially looked over the wrong shoulder, but he made an incredible recovery to catch that perfect pass by Josh Millard. Bartlett taps it in. Porter covered on the under. Reynolds follows him, catches it. Trevor to Bartlett. Ollie Porter. Gavin Gray chucks a hammer to Millard, who's open. Does he get it in? It's called in. Great adjustment to catch it and then still get the touchdown. Scott Melvin taps it in. Garrett Jung wants to just get the easy pass. He does. Moves it to the open side, but he advances it to Lotka. To O'Sullivan. Back to Lotka. And a lot of yards on that open side. And just jams up the line to O'Sullivan, who toes the line with a great one-handed grab. And Gavin Gray takes it to center. He's going to be looking probably for Luke Dyer, who's open right now, and he does find him. Dylan McDonald, guarded by Scott Melvin. Pass it to Gray. Now I think if White just passes it around, they're going to find that matchup. Oh my goodness. Dylan McDonald covers a lot of ground. Gavin Gray's going to wish he had that pass back. Now Garrett Young looking to throw that around break. Does get it to Laka, gets it to Reynolds. Great dump pass to Porter. See if they can get it off the line. They do. Sean Harrison to Bartlett. Nice try. I really like the timing from Bartlett and just maybe a little more float. Jeff Blair taps it in. Dark forcing back in. McDonald catches the under. Looking for Foster. Throws up the huck into Porter. Looks like both of them didn't quite time it, but it worked out for Dark. O'Sullivan, super reliable so far this game. Catching throws the under Trevor Porter. O'Sullivan again open in space. Millard chucks it immediately. O'Sullivan didn't quite hear the up call in time. Foster's got on the end zone line. He's got lots of options. Trevor with a great effort to try and intercept that. Wade finds a sub. Luke Dyer gets in on the action. Cross-court hammer reset to Dyer. And Foster's wide open, but great pressure on the mark by O'Sullivan. Couldn't quite get there. And we find Foster over on the opposite corner. Porter tapping it in. Under to Jung. Next cuts to Lotka. Then to Porter. Looked off. Great defense by Foster. Gray cuts off the inside look to Melvin, but inside look to Bartlett was also there. I think Bartlett's just forcing it a little bit. That's the trouble, because he's got the vision, he sees that open pass, and just wants to put it there. Little known fact, Nick Bartlett has had a -9 on Dartmouth disc golf course, which is a course record, I believe. Inside to Dyer. Immediate follow-up to Nolan Waite. Catches it in the end zone corner. Bartlett picks it up immediately after getting beat to the end zone instead of sub. It inside to a great defensive play by McDonald, who gets a double happiness. D-cut captain, Dylan McDonald. One of the best cardio athletes I've seen. Paul Trevor with a great look. Unfortunate. Looks like an around to Foster's open. Yeah, got there. A sub in. Millard's going to take an under here. Now the deep. Good defense by O'Sullivan. Can he guard the under? Oh, no switch. Ollie Porter wants to be near the end zone. I like that. I like no switch there. Millard worked really hard that whole possession. And despite O'Sullivan's best efforts, he gets an upline pass in the end zone. O'Sullivan tapping it in. Throws a nice around break to Porter. Let's see if O'Sullivan does get a sub. Lotka catches the under. Harrison's cutting deep, but Gavin Gray sniffs it out. He has left Scott Melvin open. And there's a disc on the field. Disc. There is another frisbee. Harrison to Lotka. Great grab to reel it in. We got Melvin in the end zone. He's got to commit. That was tough. Great defensive effort by White on all the matchups. Really made it hard for any. Rowan White throws it to Garrett Jung, who's poaching. Great toe drag by Josh Locke. McDonald to Gray. Jeff Blair. Hard cut to the end zone. Doesn't quite catch it, but that was a great cut. Great timing on the hammer. Looks like Garrett's gonna go pick it up. We've got Luke Dyer guarding Ollie Porter. That's a high intensity matchup right there. Porter with a great cut, catches the under. Reynolds looked off around for Jung. Another disc on the field. Unlucky. Dyer catches the under. Millard. He's got to come under. Foster looks to Dyer, but he's got it by Ollie Porter. Catches the upline. Center to Millard. Little scuba reset. Now let's see if White can have the patience to punch it in. Still nursing a 5-point advantage. Foster on the far side. Millard with the upline. Now is he going to get it in the other end of the corner? No. He's going to come back to the far corner. Doesn't quite get it. Great defensive hold by Dark. Bartlett catches the under. Now let's see if he can block Trevor with a really hard cut. Bartlett catches the upline. And looks like Bartlett's just, his clock's a half beat too fast on all these throws. Notorious for interacting with Border Patrol agents in a similar fashion. McDonald more disc on the field. Oh, that's the official rule involves calling a stop whenever there's another disc on the field. But that looks like it's a halftime. As the second half approaches, let's see if the forces change to accommodate the curtain shift. Millard about to pull, and I think the question of this half is going to be can Dark chill out near the end zone? Garrett scoring a half point for catching the pull. Gets the under a quarter. Great defense by Millard to shut down the reset pass, but Trevor, hustling as ever, catches the gainer. It was an inside flick to Garrett Jung. Now that's not the throw that he would have made a couple of years ago, that's for sure. Looks off the gainer. I really like that look off, because that's the type of thing where nice catch. McDonald could have easily been expecting the huck and turned away when the disc came out. It would have been a turnover, and instead Gavin Gray ends up throwing the scoring pass a couple passes later. Scott Melvin open in the end zone, and Nick Bartlett throws a butter flick to him for a score. And I mean, that's a perfect start for Dark. Apart from getting scored on, but Dyer doesn't have a lot of looks, but he does eventually find Gavin Gray. Stu with the cut under. And just get a flick to Dyer. Gray's open in the reset space. Yeah, he just gets thrown into space. Great pass by Dyer. I really like the thrower initiated reset passes in indoor floors where there's no wind. Dyer's done a few scoopers like that. He wants to keep the game close, I think. Laka. That is a much harder throw than it looks. Great score. Wait to Dyer. throws the around to Foster. Jeff Blair with a serpentine-like cut, eventually catches the under. Dyer catches it again. Still throwing scoobers. Great toes by Jeff Blair. And I respect the confidence from Dyer. He knows he has that throw, so he's not going to just stop throwing it because he messed it up a couple times. Ollie Porter matched up with Dyer again. Throws the around to Jung. Eric Reynolds open in the end zone, but catches the under instead. Now O'Sullivan, can he find the right pass? Unfortunately, he can't. And I think when Ryan looks at the footage, he'll see that he was very relaxed for a good portion of this game, and he is capable of that. Dylan ends up getting open on the break side. Stu with the disc in the middle, matched up against dodgeball cohort Eric Reynolds. Dylan McDonald to Gray. Ian is open on the break side, but Gavin decides to pass it to Stu. Back to Gray. Close look by Ollie, but Gavin knows that was all day. Now Dylan has it approaching the end zone. Does manage to punch it into Wade, who one of his best strengths is exploiting enemy vision blind spots, and I think he saw that Eric turned to face the disc and he cut immediately when that happened. Great defense by Foster. Cut off the round. Melvin with great hands tonight. Advances the disc to Laka. That hammer. And Laka knew that hammer was coming about 2 seconds before it actually happened. That was great chemistry between Laka and Bartlett. Madhouse Ultimate veterans. Nolan Waite with a look to Foster. Perfect weight. Just the right amount of pace. Oh. Okay. Both of his cutters were open on the under. Oh. Dyer was committing to the hammer throw, but instead Trevor cuts under, manages to reset it back to Jung, who throws a beanball that is read correctly by Sean Harrison. Great defense by Foster, shut off the reset to O'Sullivan, but then perhaps gets away with a pick in the end zone, but I'm not an observer. I'm just a film. Still a 5-point advantage for White. And so this half, Dart gets to force backhand and force curtain, which I think is ideal in indoors. Being able to take away that hammer while forcing throws into the curtain. A little pitch pass to Dylan McDonald for the score. Great movement. Disc didn't stay put for more than a second or two. Jung with the shot immediately. He likes that matchup. Oh, it was a great box out. Not quite. McDonald to Wait. Bartlett with a good anticipation of the sub. Giving Gavin Gray fits. McDonald to Gray. Back to McDonald for the score. Garrett doesn't like taking analytics, tap it in right away, and he does that. Ollie Porter was cutting the end zone, but saw there was some traffic, so gets the under instead. Now chucks to Laka. Just a little bit too much pace on the throw. And the lead for White has extended to 7, and now it's really gut check time. Jeff Blair with a big cut, rewarded with a look. think one of the biggest adjustments from outdoor to indoor is the flick timing, where it really does have to be bladey, and you really have to give it a little more elevation than you might outdoors. When I throw them with elevation, I literally throw them into the ceiling, which makes it impossible to catch. And so I don't get invited to play with a lot of teams. With Dyer with the inside look to Stu. Millard with the upline cut. Let's see if he gets in the end zone. He does on the around, and great grab. That's a really nice touch flick from Stu. Oh my goodness. Does it hit the curtain? Nope, that's out of bounds. Overstable disc. McDonald with a hard cut to the end zone, rewarded. Oh! Speaking of overstable discs, Dyer wishes he had that one back. You can see in his face. Garrett taps it in. Bartlett with a great cut. It looks like we got some huck fests here. Game of inches. McDonald looking for Dyer. Gets it to Dyer. Wait with the under. Covered by Garrett. Garrett's looking for a poach here. But that's the thing about Nolan. He just keeps cutting, and he's really making it so that Garrett can't poach effectively. Wait gets a reset to Dyer. Gray with a hard cut under. Whips a hammer. Laka sends it. 2 people in the end zone. And Paul Trevor with another one. Jeff Blair is going to bring it in. Looks like Ray with the initiation. Millard's got him around, but Blair's got an easier pass, so Ray throws it in instead. Back to Millard in the center. Inside break to Ian. Foster. Didn't quite get not quite on the same page, but Foster's got great hands. Collects the disc, and 2-man game with Gavin Gray for the score. Laka tapping it on the corner. Oh, Garrett gets switched on by Foster. Required an excellent toe tap to save the possession. Switches can be really effective indoors. When they're so... They're also effective outdoors, but a successful switch indoors almost guarantees a really tough pass, which that was. When there's only 4 people and not a lot of space, if 2 of the people get messed up by a switch, you only have one other option. McDonald doesn't force the outside, I like that. Resets it to Foster, back to Stu. McDonald, almost poached off by Garrett, who knows he can recover. And Blair shoots it to Gavin Gray. Doesn't quite get it.
A younger Gavin would have missed that.
James McKenna, everyone. Jung to O'Sullivan. Finds the easy pass. Finds the harder pass to a good matchup, though. Porter is a jumper. Blair to a wide open Dyer. Looks like Dark was subbing on defense. And punished by a couple quick passes. Nice little scoober from Millard to wait. Now Porter's got to work for another bucket. Reynolds with a slightly too early cut. Melvin's hanging out in the deep space. Ends up shooting a hammer to Bartlett, but it's indeed by Dyer. And that was a really tough. That's a tough possession to be the handler when you're initiating cutter, like you're walking the discipline line and doesn't quite. You tap it in after they've started cutting, and then you're at stall 5, and you have to figure out what to do. Melvin finds Garrett on the under. Harrison with a nice flick to Laka, who's looking hammer, but nicely defended by McDonald. Garrett's had a long shift. He's really trying to will his team to a win here. And he gets an opportunity. Rips it down. Now let's see if he can keep up with McDonald on the defensive end. And if I'm McDonald here, yeah, I'm cutting deep. Yep. Got a sub. Sullivan on Gray is didn't get to see it because Porter was wide open. Fresh legs for White coming in. Millard and Wade. Jeff Blair with the initiation cut. Quick under to Millard. Back to Gray. Blair cuts hard as long as he's on the court. It's really difficult to cover and gets rewarded. Millard with a cheeky cut back to the open side. The IO flick, that is an extraordinarily difficult indoor throw to execute. Outdoor is also very difficult, commendable. But I guess Bartlett decided that his outside edge didn't quite have the timing. He's making the adjustment. Love to see it. Dyer didn't have stall count, so he's taking his time. Easy under for Gray. Back to the open side. Oh. Here. Oh. Okay. Now let's see how long Jung will stay on the floor. Really dictating the offense here. And now if I'm Ian, I gotta make Jung not just poach here. And you're hearing from the dark sideline exactly, the white sideline, exactly what they need to be doing. And that is keeping a tough matchup on Garrett Jung so he has to work for it on offense. But ever patient, finds O'Sullivan open the end zone. This game's not over yet. 5 minutes. Oh, we got a well-timed timeout, taking away over 10% of the remaining game time. And so let's see if Dark's going to shorten their bench. And I don't think they will, which means some of the players with less experience on Dark are really going to have to step up their composure in a game that I suspect will only get closer. And let's see how long this timeout actually takes. Already started with 9:46 on the clock, and it's 9:47. 1 minute happens a lot faster than you think. And so, if I'm White, what I'm looking to do is get the disc close to the dark end zone line, and then just start passing it around. And you have a few chances to do that. So it ended up being slightly longer than 1 minute timeout, which really works to White's advantage. We're taking their time to tap the disc in. Quarter on McDonald. Big matchup here. And and Dark messes up the switch. Both the players went deep, and there was an easy reset. They really needed to. Oh, but Jung got a piece of that disc, but didn't quite knock it loose. Millard to Gray, who has Foster double teaming the end zone, leaving Millard open. Then finds Foster, and that's some great action. Great patience by White to find the open receiver. Porter with the around cover by the mark. You hate to see it. Gray knows better than to force it in from that angle, so he resets it to the middle. There's no rush. And it looks like we're seeing exactly what Dark wasn't looking for, which is a patient end zone attack. And now let's see if White can also get some subs. And there's a disc on the field, but it is not recognized. It does look like White gets a pair, two sets of fresh legs, and Stu gets it in the middle. Now he needs to not force this. They've eaten up 2 minutes of the remaining clock with this one possession. Now, and Dark's just been. They've been under siege. Oh my goodness. Not in called, which is a good call, because his feet were straddling the line. But it also means that Dark does not get to sub. And it gets even harder as your legs get tired to defend this kind of offense that has a deep reset, because you don't have the legs to get out there and challenge and set a stall count and then recover. And you're seeing the impact of that with Dark having, and they do manage to force a turnover. What an incredible defensive hold, and we'll see if it's too little too late, but now the players on Dark, they're all fresh, because they haven't been playing for a few minutes now. Now, Reynolds, with the patience to not force that inside, instead gets flipped to Garrett, who throws a cheeky, no-lookish outside edge back in the end zone corner. White taking their time to take the disc to the middle. McDonald guarded by the hand-blocking expert Josh Lockout, but he finds an easy under to Gray. Centers it to Millard, who finds Foster on the under. He's got McDonald on the ground, finds him as well. Resets it to Gray in the middle. Great flow from White. And they manage to advance it up the open side. Gray's going to look to get it back to the middle. Foster, Millard. McDonald for Gray. Oh! That was great offense. Now Locke's going to look to get to the middle. Bartlett with the cut deep. O'Sullivan manages to find the open receiver. Oh my goodness! Climbing the ladder. I thought that was a point, but McDonald didn't think so. Millard catching up line. No scooper, but Nolan Wade did it again. Found that disc watch and punished it for the open side corner. Porter looks off Melvin in the end zone. Cuts up line to see if he gets on the far side corner, and he does. Great end zone corners cut. Stu's taking it to the middle. Now it looks like Melvin's gonna have to keep up with Jeff Blair, who cuts as hard as he can all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if Dyer sends it. But instead, he's open on the under. Blair is wide open. Finally gets it. Now, Reynolds is going to have to deal with... Doesn't have to because it just gets flipped to Millard for the score. Immediate shot to Jung, who reads it really nicely. That's so tough as a defender when disc is over your head on an angle. So hard to read. It looks like he got him right back. And I think this can be a tough game for Dart, because I think towards the end of the game they really tightened up their shots and who's taking them, and they were making great cuts. And they're playing really hard defense, but I think some costly decisions earlier in the game gave White an advantage that they were just able to coast off of. 30 seconds remaining. And 0 seconds remaining. Great game. Thanks for listening, and see you out in the next Halifax Ultimate League, presented by Red Sox.